those things that will promote unity, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria. Amen. Gentlemen, Senator Ngele, I'm the chairman of this committee, Ethics, Privileges, and Public Petition. First of all, may I apologize for us starting late. As you probably will observe, I'm waiting for other members to join me. And looking at the fact that we all have been sitting here for a while now, I said, let me start, and they will join us at any point of this proceeding. I'm sure you will have been following what is happening in the Senate, or what is happening today in the Senate. That is quite extraordinary, and we are all also involved, which is the reason why most of my colleagues are not here. And of course, our Muslim brothers also would have also left for their prayers or to continue their fasting, not knowing that the session will take as long as it took us today. So please, on behalf of the committee, accept our apologies, and we will try to do justice as much as we can in this circumstance. Thank you very much. Clerk.
This petition is between Essien Esquire on behalf of 2009 and 2010 Operating Office of the Nigerian Customs Service versus Nigerian Customs Service. Is Essien here?
Mr. Chairman, Essien, petitioner, present.
Is Nigerian Customs present?
We're here.
Solemnly affirm that the evidence that shall be before this distinguished committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
I, very brief, do solemnly affirm that the evidence I shall give before this distinguished committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Is she testifying with you? No. All right. Thank you very much. I've actually read this petition for now. And for me, every petition is straightforward. It might appear very complicated, but if you take time to look at it again and again, you will see how simple it is. And this is what differentiates the court from here. We are not into the legality of whether or not the evidence was properly adduced or not properly adduced, whether or not it's a hearsay or not. Just here to go straight to the veracity of the matter and the truth of it, and see how we can bring both parties to understand that if there's an infraction, if there's anything that needs to be corrected, then we will do so. But we do so, whatever we do here is done amicably. rights of every Nigerian who feel aggrieved to bring their grievances before us, which is the reason why we are set up both under the Constitution and under our rule. And so please bear with us if we see how simple we take every matter, because for me it's a very simple thing. So let me listen to the petitioner to tell us exactly what his matter is and what he wants us to look at.
Distinguished Chairman, before you a petition against the unjust treatment of Nigerian custom officers upgraded in 2009 and 2010. Mr. Chairman, in a nutshell, in 2009 and 2010, a group of custom officers were upgraded to the position of Assistant Superintendent of Custom. And still that 2009 and 2010, some other officers were recruited directly into the Nigerian Customs Service. While they were recruited, the custom officers who were upgraded trained them and showed them the rudiments of the Nigerian Customs Service and also enjoyed seniority over them. And this seniority, they enjoyed it for over 12 years. They accepted, they enjoyed compliments, they enjoyed perfect seniority from these recruited junior ones. In 2022, Mr. Chairman, the then CG of Custom gave a directive that those junior officers, those officers that were recruited in 2009 and 2010, be promoted over and above their seniors of 13 years. And as such, making those seniors lose their seniority to the junior ones. Mr. Chairman, this act has brought a lot of distortion in the hierarchy of the Nigerian custom. This act has made has distorted the command structure in the Nigerian custom. As we speak, Mr. Chairman, most of the orders of these junior officers who are now enjoying seniority over their seniors are being rebuffed by the seniors, and as such, creating a lot of unrest in the Nigerian Customs Service. Mr. Chairman, this is exactly why we are here. I have done this petition on behalf of those officers. This petition is done on behalf of those officers, and it is our prayers that the needful be done, that proper placement and promotion of these senior officers should be given to them so that the rancor and the bad blood being brewed in the Nigerian Customs Service will be curbed. As we speak, there's no proper command structure within this set of officers. They no more respect themselves. They don't enjoy compliments within themselves or from themselves. And it's causing a lot of heat. The custom may know this, or they may feign ignorance of this, but this is the fact, and this is what's going on in the Nigerian Customs Service. So, Mr. Chairman, we are here and we are appealing to you as a purveyor of justice in this case. Please, let justice be done, because injustice has been meted on this group of custom officers who are extremely very aggrieved. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. The only snag I have here, the only issue I have here with the petition, you are the attorney representing them, isn't it? Mr. Chairman. This is more or less like a class action petition. But I don't have anything in front of me signed by, even if it's just 10, 15 of them, say that you represent them. That's going to happen. But just keep that in mind as I turn up the mic. Keep that in mind as I listen to the response.
Good afternoon once again, distinguished senator, chairman of this distinguished Senate committee. Let me quickly say this. Unfortunately, the petitioner has not provided the Nigerian Customs Service with a copy of this petition. So up to the moment of my coming here, the details of that petition isn't known to us. That is point one. But he has brought out the issues surrounding the petition that he has. And on that basis, I would like to make this response. In 2009, 2012, even up to 2015, I agree, the service recruited. They recruited both the rank and file and the cadets. The cadets are those that were recruited based on their level of qualification, HND and BScs and above. But up till 2014, there was a delay. There are so many points to it, but I'm just looking at this angle so that we put the record straight. There was a delay in the confirmation of the appointment of these young men. That delay stagnated them for some time. Whereas this other group, the earlier group, would have gotten their confirmation at the earlier stage of their career. So for that reason, these younger officers were not promoted for a period of about 3 years. So what was the way out? The service now decided, through management and through the Nigerian Customs Board, which is the highest policy-making body of the Nigerian Customs Service, that for those that were recruited between 2009 and 2015 that had lost 3 years due to late confirmation should be compensated, because before then they had written a series of exams. In customs, before you get elevated, after 2 years for the junior ranks, 3 years for the senior ranks, you have to write an exam. Some of them have written these exams and they passed. I'll give you an instance. From 2009 to 2024, that's 15 years. And if you take a look at it, those that were recruited in 2025, in 2009, had gained 5 promotions. So there's nothing extraordinary about it. 3 years, 15 years divided by 3, 5. But for those that came in earlier, they did not suffer the injustice, if I'm permitted to use this word, of not getting confirmed as they should have, like the older ones. So it was just to balance up so that officers don't lose out. That is one. Secondly, going by what the dates he gave, those that came in 2009 came in as assistant superintendent grade 2, which is the least rank a graduate would come in. So if there were officers that were senior to those group of people in 2009, it means they didn't come in as graduates. So the proper placement we are talking about wasn't open-ended as far as management and board was concerned at that time. It was for officers that came in as graduates and were recruited between 2009 and 2015. So obviously, the officers that have that feel aggrieved, although we don't know them, don't fall into that category. So I don't know what their grievance is. So if you want to take it further, if that group of officers, 2009, don't have any higher qualification, some of them would have come in as AICs, Assistant Inspector, maybe OND. Some of them would have come in as Customs Assistants, that is with school staff. As a rule in the service, they are not supposed to cross that barrier of Assistant Superintendent, Inspectors to Assistant Superintendent grade 2. Until we know this fast, and I'm sure some of these fasts are hidden. Now, let the third leg, if as at the time the proper placement was done, some of these officers had any disciplinary case, even if they were graduates, they will not be elevated. It's a rule. It covers the customs service as it is in the public service regulation that covers every public servant in Nigeria. So these are the points. If these facts are not as clear as they should be, just as I feel they are now, then I don't think anybody should be angry. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. As you were speaking, two of my colleagues walked in, and I will let them introduce themselves.
Chairman, my name is Engr Samson. I represent the Problem South.
Chairman, distinguished colleagues, invited guests. My name is Ojeh. I represent Delta Central, a member of this committee.
First of all, let's caution whosoever that took the light. Instead, people can be in darkness. The moment I come in, there will be light.
Yes.
Because I'm in ABUJA. So, my name is Senator Engineer Patrick C. I represent Imo North, and I'm a member of this committee. Fellow Nigerian side of it. Thank you.
Thank you, distinguished colleagues. Officer, I didn't get to the what your name is.
My name is
Yeah, what's your name?
Itoto, G-A Itoto.
Okay, I'm listening to you very carefully and make a whole lot of points. But I just have a few questions for you. You admitted that there was a delay for those set of 2009 and 2010. So was that delay any fault of theirs? Was it a delay that came about because of what they did or didn't do?
No, sir. It is not a delay as a result of what they did wrong. It was a delay in the confirmation of their appointments.
Who confirms?
Yes, sir.
Who does the confirmation?
It should come from public service.
Public service. Is that a regular practice? Is that something?
No, it's not a regular practice. That was why I said that for those that were employed before then, especially the group that we are referring to now, that were a little bit
senior to the ones that were recruited didn't suffer that.
Another question. You said you didn't receive, please come up. You said you did not receive a notice of this petition?
The petition itself, no. But from this distinguished committee, yes.
Oh, well, that's a notice.
Yes, sir. But the details of the petition itself, no.
Another question for you. You said that some of them have had may have had some disciplinary action that would have prevented them from being elevated. That's one. You also said that some have come in with lesser qualifications, and that there's a bar to those, and therefore they shouldn't expect to cross as high as they're now asking them to be cross. Do you have the list of this class of 2009 and 2010?
If I knew exactly what the petition was all about, because there are different categories. We had those on assistant superintendent cadre, deputy superintendent cadre, superintendent cadre, and chief superintendent. So it's a whole lot of paperwork. So if they had been more specific, I would have narrowed down.
Okay, this one we're going to do. We really want, if you listen very well to the petition, it's such a denial of opportunity of this class of officers. So we really want to see how we can address that. It's an injustice of some sort, as so is broken. So before I allow my colleagues to make their observation and comment, let me request for this officially now. Has the pen and paper to write? Should I provide you? Okay, one. The committee wants the list of this class of 2009 and 2010 in question. All of them, their names. The committee wants to know the level at which they joined the service. What qualification they have to join the service. 3. The committee wants to know how many of them, if any, have any disciplinary action pending or they have taken against them. If you're able to provide that for us, perhaps we'll be able to get make some mileage out of this inquiry. We also spoke about, if anything, they could be compensated, right? I heard you, I wrote it down, you said, if anything, they could be compensated because they lost out, right? Am I correct?
No, what I said was, for those that met the criteria,
that is no disciplinary action.
No disciplinary action.
They have the adequate qualification.
They were recruited as cadets between 2009 and 2010.
Okay.
If all these criteria were met,
yes,
and they had no disciplinary case,
right,
and if all these criteria were met and they were excluded, then there's room for compensation.
What kind of compensation are you looking at? I'm just thinking.
Okay, fine. As it stands, those that got to chief superintendent from 2000, because that was where they were before some of them just got promoted to assistant controller. Okay? If that happens, it means some of them are still superintendents. Those are the ones that are aggrieved. It means they didn't get
the promotion.
Then the compensation will be to align them with their mates as chief superintendents. because no other exam was written before they got to the round of schools.
Very good. I just want to be clear that you are taking the same. Let me yield to my colleagues who may have one or two questions for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I had a quick look at the petition, and I want to believe it will have more depth if the names of the officers concerned were. So you have asked him to provide those names, but the petitioner can provide them also, so that we can look at the individuals and refer the matters to him. So the petitioner should have been the one to furnish. There's no harm in both of them furnishing, so we can compare notes. But it would have been nice for the petitioner to include the exact names of the officers you would like us to look at, because it wouldn't cover everybody in those 2009 and 2010. Thank you.
All right, Officer Itoto, right? Very well. Do you have any documents in your possession you want to present to us?
Not for now, because the details wasn't made available.
Okay. We are going to.
Now you have given me what to provide.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's leave it that way. And so we'll give you. You may have to adjourn this so that they can provide us with this information to be able to actually get to the root of the matter. Thank you. Yes. All right. So, gentlemen, this matter stands adjourned for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, excuse me. I'm so sorry. The Senate might be on recess for those 2 weeks. You know what, my clerk will communicate to you the next sitting day. All right? Then you have enough time to provide the information. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Engineer Aniekan, Paddy, Ukpe. Do solemnly affirm that evidence I shall give for this distinguished committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Is the Nigerian Railway here? Is the Nigerian Railway Corporation here? They're not here. Sorry again to say that we may have to adjourn this matter because of the letter we received from the Railway Corporation. I know how it goes for the petitioner who's coming from far. This is your third, this will be your second and third appearances in the matter. And twice they have come. But I'm using this medium to sound a note of warning to Nigerian Railway Corporation representative that we will adjourn for the last time for them to appear. If they do not appear, the committee has a subpoena power. We can also do more than that to ensure that they appear here. But in between that, we may have to hear the petitioner, and then we'll make our decisions in that regard. And so I will advise them to appear in the next hearing date and communicate this through our club to them, that this is absolutely the last opportunity for them to come and make themselves heard. If you do not come in that instance, then the committee will do whatever it has within its power to compel them to come or take our decisions. This is the Alright, so this is the order of the committee. And in petition, we also tell them we understand the rigor of you coming again and again and not really have your time for us. But we are also saying that you should make every endeavor to appear in the next hearing date, because that absolutely will be the last hearing date for this matter. Alright? So, on the basis of that, the clerk of the committee is going to communicate to you and the Rural Corporation on the next date of sitting. So this matter is adjusted now. Democracy Volunteers versus Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited, NNPL, Duke Oil Company Incorporated, and the National Petroleum Investment Management Services, NAPIMS, is mentioned. Unfortunately, neither the petitioner nor the respondents are here. Again, we're going to accord them the very last opportunity to appear before this committee, failure of which the committee will have to explore its subpoena power to ensure that it come to appear before this committee. And I hope that the petition will be there then, because we can force them to go on with the petition. If they abandon the petition, they should let us know. And so we'll adjourn this matter, and the clerk.
Mr. Chairman, my dear colleagues, I think I would suggest a canvas very strong that you invoke standard parliamentary regime matters like this. You have the powers of invitation, fully backed by the law, and I'm standing for that. The time that have been here, that some of the respondents they just absent themselves from proceeding without any tangible, looking for every lame excuse to come back. So I think that you and the committee should properly invoke a standard procedure. If after 2 appearances, then the appropriate sanctions should be brought to bear. Just like it's done in the law court. I mean, you can't, if you are summoned or if you are going to call for your hearing, you can't put call with any lame excuse that are trying to issue sanction. So I think the time has come for you to invoke appropriate procedural framework that will whip any respondents into line and ensure that the sanctity of this committee is respected. I so submit. Thank you.
What is saying there's a law story. But what is that happening first? That can make it for us to arrive at that can start making it harder. Make it harder in the sense because they have refused to adjust and play charges. Maybe this is the first time or whatever. So in that case, we demand that that chief executive, no, they received a letter twice. They didn't complain. Only the third time they have to now direct the room to that in order to take another time. And they were waiting for him. So what we do, we now write them and demand that the chief executive himself appear to one. Where he felt he will now invoke that standard we're talking about. And invoking that, you ask the petition to furnish us with any further materials we have so that we will be well
All right, clerk. So we'll adjourn this test. Please make it absolutely clear to NNPC that this is absolutely the last adjournment that we are according this matter, and that if you do not appear the next time, then we will have to use every power within our laws to compel them to appear. Please make that known to them and let them know that they have not come for 3 or 4 times that we were invited. Based on that, this matter is adjourned and the committee clerk will communicate to the parties on when the next adjournment will be. Thank you.
So the next case is between PC Ngele Esquire of Ojeh and Co. on behalf of Mr. Otta versus Nigerian Law School. Is Mr. Essien Ngele around? Nigerian Law School.
I, Professor Issa Senior Advocate of Nigeria, do solemnly affirm that the evidence I shall give before this distinguished committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you, sir. Sir, very quickly, what capacity are you going to present the parents?
I'm Chief Executive, head
Chief
of
of?
DG Nigerian Law School, sir.
Oh, you're teaching?
Yes, sir.
For me, this petition is very straightforward. The petition is asking that the school case be reversed downward to 295,000 naira from what you have, what the school had increased it to. I think the new one is 476. Am I correct, sir?
Yes, we are.
So, similar to that, it was 295,000. I'm reading your submission. So, it's just in your words. I don't want to put words in your mouth. In your own words, can you tell us why you have this double increase of their fees?
Why did I?
In your own words, could you tell the committee why there's this almost double the fees that that one of your students is saying is too high?
Okay, let me start by thanking the committee for giving us this opportunity and to state that I got this petition yesterday, and the petition is not explicit, and that's the reason why I'm giving these documents. I've not been asked to submit a specific document, but I want to start by saying that the Council of Legal Education is a creation of a statute. We have our own council. No, why you don't?
No, I'm listening, please, go ahead.
I'll be more comfortable when you
All right, go ahead.
Thank you. Council of Legal Education is a creation of a statute. It has its own council with a membership of all attorneys general of the states, 16 members of Nigerian Bar Association, 2 land authors representative of the Attorney General of the Federation, as well as the Adelabu of Nigerian Law School. We take decisions relating to matters bordering on legal education, training of persons who aspire to become lawyers in Nigeria, both Nigerians and non-Nigerians who aspire to become lawyers. In the course of doing our job, the law has given us our own mandate, including child school fees. The council decided about, in 2011, to raise school fees to 276. Down the line, in 2023, the council in its own wisdom also decided to raise school fees to 476,000 naira. Our students come from different backgrounds: private universities, public, state-owned universities, foreign universities. I'm sure the chairman knows how much is paid as school fees in all these universities I mentioned.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yes, you know, because you have your words and children somewhere, so I can say that. No university in Nigeria, private universities, charge less than 4 million naira per session. Same thing, maybe public universities to some extent, all will have paid their fees. We also are coming from other jurisdictions, US, UK. Let's take UK. Nobody pays less than 18,000 pounds sterling in a semester, in a session. And that does not include things like accommodation, transportation, and other things. The Council of Legal Education, our budget basically running cost is about 320 million, which was improved I think last year. It used to be 90 million. It's a multi-campus institution with 7 campuses. We use this 300 million to run campuses. Diesel, cleaning, security, books is there. The fees we charge is segmented. Students pay for all the services. Can I have my on that table? Yes. In the goal of doing this, that each and every student in Adelabu Law School is entitled to what we call course material on this one. So, and the chairman knows at least what it will cost. Each student is entitled to have this also as part of his own documentation. So, all of us in the areas, we run generators, 1,000 kVA. Last diesel we bought was 45,000 liters, 76 million naira, and that will last for 6 weeks. ABUJA funding. And there's no budget for running for this. I'm sure that's the reason why Council said that we should do our fees after about 12 years or so. So I was surprised to receive this petition from a lawyer who said our student is complaining. If you look at our list of this one is serial number 55889. They have registered since January. We've registered 6,683 students in the Law School. So I'm surprised that somebody is complaining that students are not paying school fees. They're complaining. I'm sure this petition is malicious. and I'm sure I'm escalating this further than this. I'm also reporting to LPDC as a lawyer. He has made us leave our own jobs to come here for a previous reason. He has not appeared before this committee. I think we need to also escalate this matter. Thank you very much, Chairman. Sorry.
DG, thank you for coming, for honoring this invitation. Despite what you think about the merit of the petition itself. But let me ask a very simple question. Does the Nigerian Law School have any fund, perhaps, to help indigent those who are not able to actually meet up with their financial responsibilities?
Thank you very much. There are a lot of states that pay school fees for their students, whether indigent or not indigent. Indigent, not able to pay school fees. In last some few years, I'm sure I know of Kaduna. This year I know of Jigawa, I know of Katsina, I know of Ebonyi, Rivers, I think. Yeah. Virtually all the states pay their school fees. And there are public spirited individuals who also do this. And I'm sure some faith-based organizations, some churches, public spirited individuals. And I'm sure some senators and House of members also based on this. It's an obvious fact. So it's not something new. So law school is on its own. We are also hopers. We look on to senators and House of members who can also fund our place. So we don't pay school fees for anybody. Okay, sorry.
Thank you. Let me go to my colleagues who may have one or two things to say.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. VG.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, distinguished.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
I have series of questions.
Please go ahead, sir.
One. Can we understand government in any way fund the Nigerian Law School or only the money collected from the school fees?
No, partial funding.
Partial funding.
Yes. That's why I said from the onset that we're given as running cost at 320 million for a whole year for 7 campuses. This also government has given us capital projects, which we are grateful. In the last 6 years, this has not happened.
Okay. Well, this amount they are paying is just for the period, not that they have no other, they are not repeating it. Just for the period of the law school. Yes. I think. But the only reason why somebody may have come to this place is one, possibly the person doesn't or is finding it difficult to get around. You know, our hands are not equal. There are people who pass through foreign universities to come, like UK, US, as you said. There are people who pass through the private universities, and there are people who will go through regular government schools here. That tells you. But let me digress a little bit. There are things you people should be doing as well. When you see, our people used to say, when you beat a child with your left hand, use your right hand, very present back. We are not giving our children incentives to be so focused, dedicated in their studies or to show love for Nigeria, unlike when you and I read. Because I know the hostel I occupied in this in the school when I was in university, before you leave to the school or to the classroom. By the time you are back, the bed will have been well dressed, given tissue, you have removed work plan, you have clear state, only for your siesta, you go out, you come again, all those things. None is done. Where is not done? Your students, I have record of those who passed through your school with first class. And my daughter read from the Obiezue University. She had first class in ABUJA. Yes, you couldn't give me any incentive.
Who didn't give her?
You didn't give her any incentive.
In Adelabu Law School?
Yes.
Okay.
How do we make people to be committed? How? If small kids, what age, should make a certain level of results, we have to be, you are not encouraging that person, it's other people who will never to be committed. Because, for example, I'm sorry to say, I've met a lawyer or somebody who passed from the law school. I will never, by any standard, allow him to represent my enemy. Do you get the point? Yes. I will not. So you can now see that kind of product. And those who are doing very, very extremely well are not equally encouraged. So I wonder, so why are we charging all this heavy amounts? We should come down. If we are subvert it or whatever you do, that's okay. So I would have said these fees they are charging, looking at judging from other institutions in and out of the country, and it's maybe due. But for the fact that we have lost touch from the way some of us grew up through the schools, we might equally consider to bring it down so that the poor to bring it a bit down so that the poor ones can be able to attend law school.
Thank you very much, distinguished. I think I need series, like you said, series of questions. Let me start by saying that I don't know who you are speaking for, but I have list of all those who have registered in law school this year. 6,683. Our expectation was that 6,000 students will register. They've all paid their fees, including the person, the lawyer right on behalf. So I'm surprised that we're talking about people are not able to pay. Secondly, I was also getting a little bit worried when you say your daughter has not been given incentive in Nigerian law school, but she made a first class. Our own thinking is that it's our own product. I thought you should also thank us and appreciate our own efforts. I've been a DG for the last 6 years. I've been DG in the last 6 years. When I came to law school, there were 2 hostels that never had water for 22 years. In the last 6 years, we've changed beds and beddings. In about 4 of these hostels, we have water. This year, we've gotten ambulances for all the 6 campuses. There are new buildings coming up. We run generators 17 hours a day in Nigeria. So I think distinguish. I'm listening. The least you can do to us is to commend us. When you go to my office, those of your senators who go to my office see what is there, the rot. I've not done anything in my office in the last 6 years. We've been concentrating on students' hostel, their water, every other thing about students. So for you to say we've not, there's no incentive, I want to disagree, distinguish. We've done the best we can within the limited resources.
How many people have you given scholarships?
No, bro.
Based on their performances.
No, performance is that means they have left law school. It's not within our own purview. No, what I'm trying to tell you is that each and every student Actually, I think if your daughter has gotten a first class, I'm sure she must have a certificate to commend her from law school. If she has gotten a distinction at one of the courses, she must have a certificate. So that's the best we can do. This certificate is worth more than any money that you can give her. Then on the issue of this candidate, this petition, we're worried and we're wondering why this petition. Because if you read the document, it says we have been briefed by Mr. Otta Nelson Chukwuemeka, a graduate of Faculty of Law, University of Nigeria and Suka, and a candidate for 2023-24 BAF Part 2 program at Nigerian Law School, here referred to as our client. The second paragraph said Mr. Otta have solicited with us to write on behalf of eligible candidates for BAF Part 2, all eligible candidates, 6,683 of them, who have paid their school fees. Let me say this, distinguished sir, we are here out of respect for this committee. Our understanding is that a council of legal education is a creation of statutes. We are governed by law. We have powers to do certain things within our own law establishing laws. For somebody to say council cannot charge fees, council cannot decide fees to repair, council cannot decide its own curriculum, how to admit, who to admit in Nigerian law school, I think that person is mischievous. That's why I said this lawyer, we are going to also establish this matter, we are going to report to the Legal Protection Committee because something is fundamentally wrong. It's either he doesn't belong to his profession or something is wrong.
The submission is sent. And again, I'll thank you for making time to come to out of respect, like you said, for this committee, and we applaud you for that. I'm a lawyer myself, and I understand what you're talking about. And I also a member of the appropriation committee and a member of the judiciary committee. So I know exactly what you're talking about. But everybody should have his day in support for this petition. No, we are not saying that you're not within the rights of the law that sets you up as an institution to set up your curriculum or your school fees and your administration of your campuses. We are not saying that. Which is why I asked a very simple question. Does the law school have anything for students who are there now but not able to pay their fees? But apparently you just said that all the students, there's 6,800? 6,080. Okay. Students would have paid their school fees. Meaning this petitioner would have also paid school fees. Yes, he has, then I don't.
It's also the number 5,500. Just 1 minute.
5,589.
5,589. Otta Nelson Chukwuemeka. On the second column is another number. He has paid 476. He has paid since 30th of January.
Teaching. So having said that, let me admonish or advise that please, this is not now you going back to admonition or to penalizing for exercising his right.
Is it a plea of alcohols?
Yes.
This matter has to go to our council, sir.
No,
he has to be fit and proper person to be called to Nigerian bar. This matter is going to be reported. Let me create what they are going to do, Mr. Chairman, sir. I will report to council. Let me say what happened. This letter was addressed to Chairman of Council. He called me yesterday. I was in Yola yesterday. I had to leave Yola to attend to this call. And I'm sure this matter has to come to council. Distinguished Senator, sir, I'm happy you are a lawyer. we only admit people who are fit and proper into our own profession. We call it distinguished because persons who are in this profession are distinguished.
Did you? I heard you.
Yes.
But I will say this. As a committee in the Senate, every citizen, every Nigerian has a right to air his grievances or his grievances before this committee. This is right. And I also believe that he has that fundamental right of speech. And with us here, it's a privilege. And that privilege, we will frown at it if you stifle those privileges that anybody has.
We will never.
And so when you now tell us that you're going to take another step to conclude or to say it's not proper now because
I never said that, sir.
what you said for bringing
no, distinguished. I said this matter has to go to council.
Under what?
Yes, I appeared before the Public Petition Committee of the Senate because a lawyer has written a letter to this committee complaining a student has mandated him to do that. That's really important to us.
Well, but you also know that every lawyer has the right to defend even the worst criminal. Even when you kill someone in front of, you kill a child in front of the parents, there's a lawyer that's coming to defend that person, right?
That's true.
Okay, so please understand that even the lawyer has his own, he can't reject the client who comes to him just because he's a lawyer. That's why we have the likes of those who mentioned it, who also go against our body for whatever reason. But for this student, I say that please, he has a privilege to come before us, he has exercised that privilege, and we're going to protect him. And we ask that you should also help to protect this student and the lawyer who exercise their rights. And there's no reason at all to take it beyond here to escalate it. Like I explained to you, I'm a member of the Appropriation Committee, member of the Judiciary Committee. So I saw your budget when it came. So I saw those things, and many of us frown at it, that it's not enough to run your campuses. And we still believe that it's not enough what we are giving to run those campuses. And we are hoping that come 2025 budget cycle that the Senate, National Assembly look at it again to make sure that adequate funds is allocated to the Nigerian University. So I will say that I will conclude this case. There's no reason to adjourn it. I will conclude this case and on the premise that nothing has been done wrong. And we thank you for coming. And yes.
I'm sorry. I don't think we should breach any person's fundamental rights. You can pay for school fees, just like I do pay. I pay for my children, I pay for my constituents. But for somebody to approach this committee meant that he or she has the right to. Don't need to be that the person should be qualified. No. Otherwise, we are reducing the Senate. Senate is not in its money. It's an obligation. That's the way I feel. Somebody can feel, maybe some of the people who feel may have borrowed from lecturer center to do that. They wouldn't have paid the way they come here and they need it. And if the person should approach this place with a view, if the fees or whatever can be reduced, it is for us to say, no, based on this kind of, like you mentioned, we argue that, of course, if they come for supplemental, that I was telling you that we are trying to do something, it should be taken off on our children, as far as I'm concerned, because the mass is there. They are not finding it fun. So, and it's of right if you can invite president of the nation, can invite any institution. You have not asked them to suspend the provisions of their establishment. But you can look into it so that no person is deprived. That's my standpoint. And there shouldn't be injurious to any particular person or organization as to go to any extent against any person who approached this Senate for this purpose. That's my standpoint. Thank you. Because first of all, before you would have not given the rule, this would have any rule. Like and now say, oh, this person committed offense. And we do that. So, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to say that I recognize where the distinguished senator is going. But I would also like to speak in support of the law school. We are churning out young men and women who we wish to be the leaders of tomorrow in many different sectors of the society. And where we starve our institutions of funding that will enable them to provide the best teachers, motivate those teachers, then we will end up producing mediocre lawyers that the distinguished senator would say he would not wish to represent his enemy. So I want to say that I would recognize the law school as a responsible body, a body that would not knowingly overcharge or unnecessarily overcharge students, but also one that would recognize that the teachers must be paid, facilities must be provided to allow the students to operate, learn in a conducive atmosphere. So, where one student has written a petition out of 6,800 students, we have to say that maybe that is an exception and not a general pattern. And I would want to discountenance the petition, especially where you're trying to bring other students on the back of one student, and support the law school to rule that the petition is somewhat frivolous. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, my distinguished colleagues. As you heard, I think it's unanimous on our side here that this petition actually is not, there's no merit to it.
Yes, I'm very conclusive, sir.
And so I will enjoin you again, DJ, to not in any way start with the fundamental rights of the petitioners. And having said that, this petition is dismissed and we are John Senegal.
Chairman, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and distinguished colleagues. My name is Senator Engr, and I represent Kaduna North from Kaduna State.
Having said that, the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, are they here? And this is the first year, is it? Did any letter from them, any excuse from them? No excuse at all?
Sir, they just call over the phone that they needed time. They didn't send
stated, isn't it? Okay. If that is the case, then this is the first hearing. And your employers or previous employers are not here. And we want to bring them here so that we'll be able to address the matter holistically. You understand? So for that reason, we will adjourn it to the next sitting date so that we can now impress upon them to appear on that day on filling it. So we'll be able to hear this case from both sides and be able to come to some resolution in the matter. All right? So we apologize again on behalf of the committee that you have come. And your previous employers are not here. We must have wasted time on money and energy to be here. We're willing to take it again. But please amend your petition. It's not the Federal House of Representatives, this is the Senate. So amend that first page when you come again. Alright? So for that reason, this is adjourned to the next sitting day.
Evidence given before this distinguished committee shall be the truth, about truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Mr. Chairman, distinguished Senator and Chairman of the committee, and Barrister Obiezue, the respondent to this petition.
So you will represent the Federal Civil Service?
Both myself and the Federal Civil Service, yes.
Oh, both you yourself and the Federal Civil Service? Yes. No, that's the one.
Go ahead. In the name of Mr. Chairman, sir, I go first. God will Esquire, legal practitioner and notary public, and Honorable Commissioner of the Federal Civil Service Commission, presenting Rivers, Bayelsa, and Delta States, do solemnly affirm that the evidence that I shall give before this distinguished committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So let me go.
Mr. Chairman, the Federal Civil Service Commission has established as inbuilt laws that guide and direct our operations. It happened that Delta State, Bayelsa State, and Rivers State were locked together to produce in rotational order the commissioner representing the three states. Our facts are very straight and simple. I don't want to belabor this house by taking us into the issue of federal character and all that. That is known, and they are all part of our petition. But I just want to take us to the table of appointment of commissioners from 1996 to date, and how the rotation has taken place. Mr. Chairman, sir, and distinguished senators, in 1996, Chief P.O. Dede, a Delta, was appointed the Federal Commissioner, and he served a term of 5 years. Thereafter, it was the turn of Bayelsa. Dr. J.B. Engr took over the reins of power, and he was on that seat from 2001 to 2010, a total of 9 years. When Dr. J.B. Berke left, it became the turn of River State. River State first had Honorable Reverend Hope O. Okriko. Okriko was on that seat from 2010 to 2018, a period of 8 years. It was followed again by another River State man. After having done 8 years, it was followed again by another River State man in the person of Honorable Joe Phillips Oroma. He did another 4 years. Now, if you put 4 to 5, you already have 12 years. Now, if you share that into portions of, say, 4 years or 5 years, meaning River State alone has done 3 years. I mean 3 terms. To the chagrin of the elders, Mr. Chairman, sir, we were shocked beyond imagination when again the name of Barrister Rufus Godwin propped up for appointment as commissioner in that same Federal Civil Service Commission to represent the 3 states. Meaning, if Barrister Rufus Godwin is allowed to do another tenure, that will add up to 17 years, whereas Delta State has just done 5 years. This is preposterous. You see, if you must go to equity, you must go with open hands. I don't know who and who took the decision to so shortchange blatantly Delta State and look us in the eyes to tell us that we cannot do anything. I don't know. Every state has a right. That is why every state, no matter your size, produces 3 senators. Bayelsa State is like the size of Delta Central Senatorial District, but Bayelsa State produces 3 senators. That is the quality of states. And it is very, very clear in our books, our laws. I quoted them here. The simple law, the simple adage of, federal character. The federal character directs that every agency of government, including government affairs, must obey that rule, that no portion of this country should be allowed to dominate the order. This is a clear case of dominance. Delta State is being dominated. We have 2 prayers here. The 2 prayers we have are simple. Prayer 1, that Barrister Rufus N. Godwin be replaced with a nominee from Delta State with immediate effect. Prayer 2, that the nominee from Delta State be forwarded for screening and confirmation by the Senate. I'm sure our document is with you, distinguished members. When you go through it, all the laws of this country and their various portions are well quoted and spelled out here. I don't want to waste the time of the House. The facts are before us here. The facts are before us. This is the case of Delta State. This is the case of Delta State. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. Let me get it clear. Dede is from Delta State.
Yes, sir.
Ebereke is from
Bayelsa.
Bayelsa. All right, thank you. Mr. Rufus. Please sit down. Good evening. Thank you for coming and for responding to this. Let me ask you, this petition is against the Federal Civil Service Commission.
Yes.
And indeed, you are the subject of the petition. So who do you now represent?
Mr. Chairman, the petition was examining from its entire content.
No. I said this petition is against the Federal Civil Service Commission. And you are the subject, you, Mr. Rufus Thomas, you are the subject of that petition. Who then, as you sit, do you represent?
I represent
Do you represent the Federal Civil Service
I
Commission?
represent myself and the Federal Civil Service Commission.
Do you have anything to the effect that you can speak for the Federal Civil Service Commission?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. When the petition was endorsed to the chairman of the Federal Civil Service Commission, Otta, he graciously related it to me. And I have a copy of the
Can I please see the copy of that?
Mr. Chairman and site. That's the original copy of the letter from this committee addressed to my chairman and communicated to me on it.
From the response here by the commission, who made this response? It's yourself from the commission. The one you have presented, the one that is before us now, this one.
Yes, it's something under touches me directly. In fact, unless the
Who made this?
I did.
You did.
Yes.
In your capacity as?
In my capacity as the subject of the petition.
Is it in your capacity as a commissioner representing those states?
As a commissioner.
Or in your own name?
Yes, because I'm the person of intellect. So the onus on me is for me to refute or react to the petition. My name was specifically mentioned in the petition at the very end.
There is a place where you said in your petition here, in your response here.
Yes.
For the record, after my nomination as a commissioner at the Federal Civil Service Commission, my initial screening by the Honorable Senate Committee was deferred on ground of an alleged petition which was never shown to me.
Yes.
I was subsequently cleared by the committee and confirmed by the Senate for appointment. And whereupon Mr. President duly appointed and so me into the office on 13 December 2023. Now this is to show that yes, there was a petition against you before your confirmation as. Is it true? There was a petition against you.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I suspect that it is this same petition, because as I said earlier, no petition was shown to me. The committee before which we appeared simply told us that there was a petition against me from Delta State.
So did you?
I wasn't given any copy.
And so there was. Did you defend yourself before they cleared you?
Yes, I defended. So they invited me.
They invited you. What was the allegation?
That's what I'm saying. The allegation is a mere rehash of what is here. But no copy of petition was sent to me. I wasn't. They asked me that there is a petition that I am not qualified to represent the Delta State because Delta State has had this one. I said they don't have any petition, but In any event, I gave my reason why that petition should fail.
But you will later confirm that.
Yes, I was later confirmed and a letter of appointment issued to me on the authority of Mr. President.
All right. Barrister Rufus, right?
Yes,
Very good.
Mr. Government.
I'm comfortable speaking with you as a lawyer.
Yes.
You should understand that that decision we're going to take here will not be enforced by you. Will not be enforced by you. The subject of this petition.
Sure.
It's not be enforced by the Federal Civil Service Commission. And you should in the letter which was endorsed to you says, Honorable Commissioner Rivers Delta Bayelsa, discuss as priority. Discuss what this committee needs. Because we cannot be making a decision where the major actor, which is the Federal Civil Service Commission, is not represented. You are here for yourself. If you're here for the Federal Civil Service as well, they will need a letter from them telling us that you will be representing them. In that case, whatever decision we arrive at here will be binding on them. If we don't do that now, whatever decision we take may not bind them because you don't have the authority in writing from them to represent them.
Mr. Chairman, sir.
Given the seriousness of this matter, it's a very serious matter. Given that seriousness, we will not bother to wait to the issue now until we get a letter from the Federal Civil Service Commission. And so,
Mr. Chairman,
I'm not done, sir. I will confer with my distinguished brothers here. We are going to direct the club to write specifically to the Federal Civil Service Commission, the chairman, Senator Cyril Fasuli, who's a distinguished senator, he knows what we're talking about here, to officially send a representative, BEU, doesn't matter to us, but a letter to tell us specifically who will represent it if he is not here in person. To do otherwise is to actually lead us to this journey of futility. And that's where we're going to hand it. There's no point to debate here now. That's where we're going to hand it. So you're going to go back please to your commission and let them know that the Senate want a representation or representative from them. And we'll follow it up by a letter from this committee addressing this matter and asking the distinguished chairman, Cyril Fasuli, to please send us a representative who will represent the commission. Thank you.
May I inform the committee? Who is the chairman? Professor Otta is my chairman. Mr. Chairman, sir.
You see, even this, everything is sent by you, which is okay for yourself. But the commission position will want to.
Mr. Chairman, if you may hear me.
Bodjor, please. Take your time.
I think one on the first 2 months, because after swearing that the Federal Civil Service is that's one. 2, like you said, it was beginning. Two, like you said, it doesn't have to be here. It can only apply to join as consigned interest. It doesn't have no standard for these things. There's no months that petition to pass to be fair or the Federal Civil Service will be case. And he should not appear except they apply to join.
So you don't go to the Federal Civil Service. That's what we said. So they get it. All right? So,
Mr. Chairman, sir, I was members of this.
Are you going to the matter?
No, I'm not going to the matter. I just want to make a point.
Okay.
Before the chairman moves. The petition has said nothing about the commission. From the very heading to the prayers, it didn't say anything about the commission, but about me. And in his prayers, he said they want me to be replaced. Then they didn't say anything about the commission. But
Let's help you.
I'm addressing the committee.
No. Let's help you. He has ruled that you have done remove your
Switch off. There's no switch off. Nothing touching on the commission.
Can you listen? Let's help you. Right? The petition is not merely talking about you. The petition is talking about the modus of appointment. The petition is invariably referring to federal character as per concerning the 3 states. Are you getting the point? The petition is not talking of your qualification. Are you getting the point? So, let's get it clear. You have no business to be here except when you apply to join. Listen, when we are talking, you don't jump. So, the person petition against possibly is even the presidency, or in a lighter way, the Federal Civil Service Commission that inherits you after swearing in. So your issues have been foreclosed. So what you do, take the message back to them. The clerk will write the Federal Civil Service Commission. If they now give you notes to represent them, fine. Possibly with the cost of representing the Federal Civil Service Commission, you build in your interest. If they don't, they send another person. You need to apply to join the matter before you will be allowed to speak here and next time. Thank you. And don't do when we are talking, you jump on. Once we are finished, we are finished. This is Senate. You don't do that in the court. It's okay.
The
chairman has ruled.
Let's move on.
Well, just let me hear. Maybe
Mr. Chairman, I'm happy that in previous proceedings, I emphasized the right of fair hearing.
yes.
I am the subject of the petition. And then their colleague member is saying that I will need to seek leave to join in the petition that I have specifically mentioned. No relief is sought against the Federal Civil Service Commission. No relief is sought against any other person but me. I will then seek leave to join. To join who? There's no petition against anybody except me. And I have put in my response out of deference to the distinguished committee. The worst case scenario would be for this committee to say, well, I cannot represent the commission, but you cannot deny me the right to represent myself. That right is guaranteed by the Constitution to which this committee, as a committee of the Senate, has subscribed to. I cannot deny the right to represent myself, where I am being challenged and the relief is being sought against me. No relief against the commission.
That's the reason why we say the Federal Civil Service Commission was sent its representative of maybe their own commission and individuals. But we are also going to discuss more of this case in closed door session so that we look at it holistically. Not just with the Federal Civil Service Commission, like you all know, somebody nominated. So we also want to know how that nomination came about. Because the petitioner also has a right, just as you. So we'll look at good rights holistically and see where equity works. And so for that reason, we'll adjourn this matter until the next available. No, we'll communicate to you when we're going to see again. Because we need to really look at this again and see the parties that need to hear it. And the clerk of the committee will communicate to all of you of the next adjourned date. So this matter is adjourned till now.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Also, the general here.
overnight I'm very. Do solemnly affirm that the evidence I shall give before this distinguished committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Are you still on that one?
Yes.
This is that. This is the first mention of your case, right?
No.
Has it, you said it has it been mentioned before?
So the first February, sir.
So we invited them, he came, but the Otta joined us now. So this is the second time. They have not been on.
As a matter, I think we should be putting numbers now. To go with him. So the second year. And with the general office didn't come. So let me hear you, bro.
All right, sir. My name is Wala Katita. I was disgracefully dismissed from office of the General just a year to my retirement. I was supposed to retire 2022, but 2021 I was disgracefully dismissed. Seriously speaking, sir, my case is a case of misrepresentation and misapplication. Because what I was accused of, I wasn't the one that committed it. So that was why the office, like the president of the Federal, his fear is that he doesn't want to appear here because he doesn't know the beginning and the end of my case. So when will he come here? I got a feeling that he doesn't want to come, that nothing will happen to him. This honorable Senator Ibrahim was the one that, sorry, he was the one that was here on the 21st. He handled this case. And I know what he said, that if by today that they are not here, that he have to take decision. Sir, my fear is that my problem is, because of this issue, for the past 3 years and a half now, I have been in the village. And each time this case is called, I have to travel from Imo State to come here and look at it. And it's still like that. I don't know.
Yes, that's what I asked.
Well, okay, sir. So, sir, I plead to you, honorable members, distinguished members, I am pleased. The situation is terrible and critical. I'm telling you the fact. I am the one whose the shoe is bending. And I have to let you know. And it's getting to a point when I don't know what will happen again. So sad. I want to plead. Honorable, distinguished Patrick knows me. Yes, but he knows me. He said, you know, I've been sitting there since I've been trying to see you. Say, Mr. Patrick, you know me. I am CY's Paddy, you know. CY Okoli. Okay. Thank you.
I'm sorry I couldn't recognize you.
Yes. Yes.
I couldn't recognize you.
Yes. You know. I know you.
I'm sorry I didn't recognize you.
All right. Let me ask you just a few questions. Turn off your mic. How long did you work for Officer General?
26 years.
26 years.
Yes.
To retire when you were supposed to retire when?
I was supposed to retire 2022.
When?
Yeah, 2022.
August 2022?
22. So I was.
Hold on. August 2022. And when were you fired?
Fired August 2021.
I've been preaching 26 years.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
What is your time by age?
Yeah, what was your qualification? Well, what is your qualification?
Yes, sir. If you go through my petition.
What's your qualification?
Yes, sir. I was stagnated at 7. If you go through my
What's
petition.
your qualification?
7.
Qualification.
Not level, not level. Qualification.
Okay. OND accounting. That was what I have.
OND accounting. And you worked as in accounting department for 26 years.
As an audit officer.
Okay. As audit officer. You said that there was an offense. The offense you alleged that committed was not committed by you. What is the offense about?
The offense is it's an employment arrangement that was made with an officer who is also a staff of office of the Auditor General. He is the coordinator of this arrangement. But when I got involved was I introduced somebody to him for that employment. That was my offense because I introduced somebody. Then at the end of the day, when the problem now,
what kind of employment?
Federal Civil Service employment.
They say you recommended somebody
to them
to the general service.
No, to the general staff, who is the team coordinator of the arrangement. With an officer of the accountant general.
Check it easy, sir.
Yeah.
You made a recommendation for an employment.
Introducing somebody.
Okay, you introduce someone for an employment. To where?
To the team coordinator that is doing the employment arrangement with office of the accountant general.
Accountant general?
Accountant general.
Oh, you were Auditor General Service?
Auditor General, yes.
Okay, and so what happened?
So at the end of the day,
was that person hired?
Sir?
Was the person hired?
Was he employed? The person is an officer of the Auditor General, the person that is doing it. But at the end of the day, they did the employment. At the end of the day, the employment did not work out.
So they didn't employ the person?
They employed the person.
Okay, so what was your offense?
My offense was because I introduced the person. So at the end of the day, these team organizers now have to, with the directors I mentioned there, has to collide with them. That was it.
Can I ask you a question? It's not written here, but my mind is traveling all over the place. Did they accuse you of taking money from them for employment?
No.
No. Were you ever accused that you took money from somebody to recommend for employment?
No.
So it's plain and simple. You recommend someone for employment, you introduce someone for employment, and for that they fired you?
That was it, sir.
Sorry, Chairman. I can see. Okay, right.
Okay, sorry. How you introduce this our clerk for employment, was not employed, you were fired. There are more the accusation behind that introduction that made them to fire you. So you put everything on the table, let's understand you. Or what? Take my questions from put yourself. What was the accusation behind the introduction? One, or was it that the person introduced has previous issues, whether criminal or otherwise? What was it?
No, the issue is that the team coordinator of that arrangement, okay, was the person that was supposed to face whatever accusation, because he was the one.
Not whatever accusation. Answer that. Was there any accusation before?
No accusation. That's what I'm saying. No accusation. But the mistake is that, like I said, the misrepresentation and his application. The person which is Tolo Tarega is the person that did the whole thing, and the person that is supposed to stand to defend whatever. He owes to it. He owes to it.
Thank you. Just listen to this. I'm going to read from extra from just an extra from anybody submission submission. And if you look at it, the total sum of 3,050,000 naira, what he was forcibly collected from me for settling his clients by the police authority. And these are the names of mine. You have learned the names yourself. Yeah. How did you? Where did you get the money to pay this 3,050,000?
That money was out of my savings and borrowing. Because as I report that particular Total Tarega that was being held by police, you know, he called me to assist him to save his head by settling his client. That when he comes out from police, he will take care of it. That was exactly what happened. That was exactly what happened. At the end of the day, he even led me to some people that loaned money for me to settle this client. But the police was
that. Look at what you said. Look at what you said. That the police forcefully collected. So it was not an arrangement between you and Master Tolu. It was the police that collected this money from us.
The police are from the candidates. Because as they were coming. So this guy said, since the police is coming after him, I should find a way to settle this people. So that by the time it's out of the police, he will not settle.
So if you don't have any problem regarding this matter of collecting money to assist or to aid people to get employment, why should you pay this money? Why should you pay this huge amount of money? And besides that, it is you who said the police forcefully. Not that it was arrangement between myself and Tolu to give Tolu this money so that at least he can be released out. That is not what you said here. What you said is that you were forcefully asked to bring, and which you brought this sum of 3,50,000 naira to settle these people.
The list of those people, yes.
And these are the list, which you said it yourself.
So
how do you want us to believe that no, it was not an accomplice?
Sorry, it was at the end when Tolu was in the police. When he was in the police, calm down. See, this committee, if you want us to help you, right from my back, I have to sympathize with you for after I've put in 26 years. 1 year remaining, you were fired. That already bothers me. For us, on this side, to be able to help you, you must tell us the bare truth. I don't have patience for digging into things. I don't have that patience. You know why? Because if you want me to help you, if you want us to help you, complain to us. If you don't want us to help you, begin to dodge behind this, that, or whatever. And we will leave it there. I won't compliment you. It's just an advice. Because I asked if, I haven't even read what my colleague, the deputy chair has brought up. I haven't even read it. But my mind is asking me, how on earth will you be involved in just helping someone, recommend someone to get a job? The person did not get a job, and you were fired. It doesn't tally. Those dots do not connect. And I ask you, I hope this is not the case of you taking money from people, promising them employment that went south. You said no. And now my chair is finding out that in your own statement, there's money, there's police, there's employment, all tied together. The truth has not come out yet. When you are ready to tell us the truth, go on, John. When you want ready to come with the truth, we are going to ask the Auditor General to appear or send someone to appear. If you were fired by the Office of Auditor General, then they will have the record of fire, the reason why you were fired. They must still have the record. This is not even a matter of 20 years ago. This is a very fresh matter.
they will come and tell us what it is. But I pray to God that you are not here deceiving us. So on that note, we are going to adjourn this matter, and we're going to allow the, we're going to write to the general again in very strong terms for him to appear before this committee so that we can touch this matter once and for all. This matter is adjourned, sit down, and the clerk will let you know of the next sitting date. Himself, one of our colleagues here, is the member of the committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, distinguished colleagues. Piggy Barinada, I'm a member of this committee.
Sir.
Mr. Chairman, I know you are almost running up to this business. Being a member of this committee, I just have to bring a matter to your notice. Mr. Chairman, there is a member of the Federal Civil Service from Rivers State. We've received a lot of petitions in committee on establishment. This petition has been written by some people, but thank God this is our Senate. Being a nominee of Mr. President, we have perused that petition, and this man was cleared by the Senate. And I'm sure maybe another petition is coming up again. I want to say this man has taken an oath of office and is already assuming his office. Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, I think he's my constituent from the River South East Senatorial District. As a member of this committee, I know how we peruse and I know how it goes about our business. Mr. Chairman, I think we lead for us to see if we can have an executive session over this matter. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you also, sir.
Thank you. As if you heard up from where you were. That's our resolution that we need to have an executive session.
So we should have an executive